Hi, I'm Christophe from retainwithemails.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make six figures for your e-commerce brand through email marketing. So why am I qualified to do that? It's just because we are simply doing it for our clients. I'm going to put some evidence right here on the screen just so you know I'm not talking nonsense. So you should be able to see them now, and I'm going to get into how we do it right now. So I have an Excel sheet right here that allows us to make projections. So right here you have your AOV, average order value, and monthly traffic. If you're brand owners, generally you have a good understanding of those metrics, and it's more the other ones that are on this Excel sheet that you would need to look deeper into to make those six figures in email revenue. So your monthly list growth, on average, is like data. The average e-commerce brand converts 2% of their monthly traffic into email list subscribers. So 2% of that 45,000 is 900 people. You really want to get that number between, like, let's say 9 is the minimum to 12% of that traffic that converts into list subscribers. It is possible. Just check out results right here. I'm going to put some evidence because some people just really need to see that, and that is possible. So you really want to do that. Why? Because your email welcome flow is going to be a big revenue generator. If you don't know what it is, a welcome flow is an email sequence that is triggered when somebody opts in your list. And because that flow has high intent, it's going to make a lot of revenue. And if you do that well, it's going to also have a lot of traffic. So that combination of things make it a big revenue generator. So you really want to maximize your list growth and efficiency of that flow. And we're going to get into how to do it later. But you have that list growth, we covered it, and then your list size. List size is just very simple. How many people are currently on your list that you can send campaigns and market to? And then we have campaign volume. How many email campaigns do you send every single month, and the conversion rate on those campaigns? Then it's going to automatically make and just calculate your campaign revenue. It's done automatically. I have some formula. I have that Excel sheet in the description so that if you want to do the math for yourself and project what your e-commerce brand can do email marketing wise, I'm going to put it in the description. Feel free to use it. Then we're going to have, for the flow section, the number of events that are going to be triggered. Now, what is an event? It can be anything from somebody opting in your list. We talked about it earlier, but it can also be somebody that is on your email list that browse your website, that browse a product page, that adds a product to cart, that starts a checkout session. These things are all events, and the flow conversion rate are going to be the percentage of the events that are started that actually end up being paying customers. So that is going to be your conversion rate, and with those data points, we're going to be able to calculate your flow revenue. And then the sum of your flow revenue and campaign revenue is going to be your monthly revenue. So now that we have covered the KPIs, we're going to get into what to change, what to tweak first to make $100,000. The biggest thing I find is that you need to change how fast your email list grows, because the more people you market to, the more money you're going to make. That's just very plain and simple. Now, the average e-commerce brand converts at 2%. You should really shoot for 9 to 12%. We're going to get a super conservative estimate and type 9% here. So with split testing the offers, you should be able to do that. So if you have a 10% off discount on your pop-up right now, just try to test like a $5 or $10 off, depending on your price point. See if that makes sense for you from a margin standpoint. Test that. Test also free shipping, buy one, get one free. There are plenty of offers, and you should really be able to find one through split testing that allows you to get these kind of numbers. And then your list size is not going to change straight away. If you get to see this video right now and you straight away want to change your email revenue, so we're not going to get into increasing list size right now. It's going to progressively move as a consequence of testing your pop-up. What you really should change is your campaign volume. 2 campaigns per month is the average I see when I audit e-commerce brands and what they're doing with their email. 2 campaigns per month is what I tend to see a lot. But my clients are actually sending between 10 and 15. So people are really underestimating the amount of volume they should be pumping with their email channels. Because with 2 campaigns per month, your list is going to forget about you. You're not develop a relationship with your customer, and whenever you're going to make a sale, product launch, or when Black Friday is going to come, you're not going to make as much revenue as you otherwise could. So really try and improve that campaign volume a lot, and without even changing the conversion rate at first, because you're not going to be familiar with your list, you're not going to know what resonates. So we're not going to change the conversion rate, but really bumping that campaign amount to let's say 12, you're going to make a ton more revenue. And if you don't have ideas on what campaigns you should send to your list, simply repurpose your ads, your social media content, your product page copy. Everything can be repurposed into email content. Now for your flows, you are going to want to change that conversion rate. This is going to be the biggest lever that you can pull. And why we're going to change conversion rates on flows and not campaign is simply because adding more emails generally make you convert a ton more events. So what I see a lot of e-commerce brands have is like a welcome flow and an abandoned checkout and maybe an abandoned cart, but that's really not enough, because the events that we talked about earlier, like when someone just goes from an email campaign to your site, that is an event too. You need to convert that too. So add an email in your account, set that up as a trigger, and send that email consistently to people that simply browse your website. Generally, I find that it's very possible to go from 1% conversion rate with a brand that has no flow set up or barely anything like flow that are 2 email long, to a brand that converts 4 to 5% of the events that are triggered into actual sales just by adding more emails, making sure the email that you send handles the objections that a customer or a prospective customer would have at this step of the funnel. So really make sure you do that well, and you should be able to see, let's say, a 4% conversion rate on these events. Again, it's going to make a ton more sales. Now we're only making 75,000. You might be questioning, how do we get to 100,000 now? And the truth is, it's going to be a mix of a lot of things. First is going to be your list growth. It's going to be impacting your email revenue. So bigger list, bigger revenue every month. Right now, we're converting about 4,000 people to our email list from the traffic that we get on our website. So over the course of 3 months, let's say we don't make any improvement to our pop-up, we're going to have 4,000 times 3, 12,000. So 12,000 plus 30,000, it's going to be 42,000. So we're going to add this to our Excel sheet and make a lot more revenue from that. And now you send a lot of campaigns, you have a list that is growing, you're going to learn a lot about what works and what doesn't work. So you're going to double down on your best angles and implement them both into your flows and into the new campaign that you're going to build. And hopefully and surely your campaigns will convert better off of that. So we're going to make them convert, let's say 20% better. And here you go. Campaigns that are converting 20% better. You have more events that are triggered because your list grew. So maybe you can bump that number to 20,000. We can see what it does. Then your flows are going to convert better because you have more data points to work off of. You're going to create flows that are more personalized to your customer journey. You're going to add upsells. That's another thing. You can move your AOV through email. You can add post-purchase upsell, extend your LTV. So maybe if we can get it up to 75, you see you're already making 6 figures. There are a lot of things that you can do to have a more effective funnel overall. Don't just think about what emails you send, but more about the offer as a general thing. So that's what you can do to go from like barely any email revenue to 6 figures with your email marketing channels. Now, if you want to do it on your own, I have a lot of videos on how to write effective copy, how to design your actual email so that it looks good and that you're a brand that is trustworthy to your customer, and how to actually implement them so that you don't land in spam or that you get a good deliverability, open rate, all of these. So you can do it on your own if you watch like videos on my channel. But If you want our help on how to do it and get results like our customers are experiencing, I'm going to put case studies on the screen right now. You should be able to see them. Go and book a call at retainwithemails.com, and we'll see if you're a good fit. So thank you for listening, and see you in the next one. Cheers.